Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone, told me his truth. And blessing all you sincere lives out there pushing his truth. All sincerity and faith and honesty. I'm that fellow servant, Kanakala, coming at you once again with another lesson. Dream as Tampa Bay 12. Alright. Yahushai, the Holy One. Apostle Service, St. Petersburg, Florida. And I would like to thank Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai for putting the spirit on me to do another lesson. Excuse me. But this is from an article from USA Today. Business portion. As it states here, it says China retaliates against the U.S. with tariffs on $75 billion worth of American goods. And as you can see right now, gas is at an all-time low. Lowest I've seen gas is $2.19. All right. You know, people will look at that as a good thing, but that's just the after effects of this global war, this global economic war. You got China buying Iranian oil. All right. Iran is bypassing sanctions. So you got more that demand, all right, for that oil is not as high now that China is buying Iran's oil. All right, and you can see, do your research. There's ships ships from Iran that dock at China. You know, recently, right, giving them oil. All right. That's why gas prices are so low. Okay, because now in order to compensate, so to say, for the loss of demand and the large number of supply, they gotta sell the oil for like cheap. All right, so these companies they losing out on money. All right, far as profit, so to say, because they gotta sell the oil for a lot cheaper just to sell it. But anyways, it says China retaliates against the U.S. with tariffs on $75 billion worth of American goods. The trade war between the U.S. and China escalated further Friday as China announced a new set of tariffs on American products. All right, so China and America are going back and forth. All right, with this trade war, man, tick for tack, so to say. It says the China State Council announced Friday it would impose tariffs ranging from 5% to 10% on additional $75 billion in U.S. goods, according to the state media outlet Global Times. It says the new tariffs are poised to go into effect in stages, in the first round beginning September 1st and the second December 15th. This development comes after President Donald Trump earlier this month threatened to impose a new round of tariffs on Chinese imports, 10% on $300 billion in products. The two sides have so far failed to reach an agreement on comprehensive trade pact. All right, and they're not going to, man. This is, scriptures, Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter, tell you, right, there's a time and a season for everything. Right now, America has no choice but to pretty much start a global war. All right, read about that in Joel, the 3rd chapter. Okay. It says tariffs on U.S. goods exported to China could make it more expensive for Chinese consumers. All right, so this is, when you asked, for people that don't understand, we ask, what does this do? Right, what is putting tariffs on other, on billions of products? What is the effect of that? For those that don't know the effect, this is the key right here. It says tariffs on U.S. goods exported to China could make it more expensive for Chinese consumers to purchase American items and hurt sales of American companies, man. Right? So this trade war, I'm still seeing signs saying, on so-called white people, proud Edomites, saying that Donald Trump is still my president. Donald Trump is this. Donald Trump 2020. But when you really look at it, you know, this trade war that Donald Trump has, started with China, it's really hurting, all right, the American companies, because now, you know, the prices of the product is going to cost more. So what's going to happen is, you know, it's going to be harder for the Chinese consumers to purchase American goods. Therefore, the sales, you know, anything that America does export to China, the companies are going to lose out on money, man. And that's going to be fatal, man, right, to these U.S. companies over here. Because the U.S. barely exports anything, and then the products that they do export to China, all right, the Chinese consumers aren't going to be able to buy them due to the tariffs on it, all right. So it says, conversely, tariffs on Chinese products exported to U.S. could increase prices for American consumers, all right. So at the end of the day, the powers that be, okay, when they start these wars, who it is, the people always, the people that suffer, all right, are you average Joe Schmoes, all right, and you consume, pretty much you consumers are the one that suffer, because now the prices for these products that you buy, from shoes to socks to fruits to vegetables to meats, all right, to general merchandise, TVs, to lawnmowers, to lawn chairs, or even to your vehicles, all right. The prices of those things are going to go up, and like I always mention, that's a devaluation of the dollar, because now it takes more money to buy the same products. That's inflation. Okay, you devalue the dollar when you do such things. Okay, so it says, conversely, tariffs on Chinese products exported to the U.S. could increase prices for American consumers and hurt sales for the Chinese companies. Right? It says, China has ammunition to fight back. The U.S. side will feel pain. Okay? So, when the scriptures say Babylon had been the golden cup in the Lord's hand, all right, these other nations aren't afraid to go head to head, right, with America anymore. Okay? It says the U.S. side will feel pain. Global Times editor-in-chief, some Chinese name, I don't know how to pronounce that, but you get the point. But we see who's suffering from this, man. All right, it's going to be harder for companies to make the sell. Prices of everything is going to go up. All right, we're entering into some, bad times here. Things only going to wax worse. Prices are only going to increase. And while these things are happening, people are distracted with, with all sorts of folly. All right, while your comfort, your way of living life is being pulled right from underneath your feet, man. All right. You're not going to go to the store no more and see the prices of things just sitting at a good price. All right. Things are just going to come, man, suddenly. All right. And you people going to get caught out there unaware because you're not watching. But us men of the Lord, what's going to keep us moving in these last days is faith, man. Faith in Yahweh Shem Shai. We're not going to be concerned about how we're going to eat, man, because the Lord is going to feed us in these days, in these last days. All right. This is 2 Ezra 16, verse 18. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death. Because if you read the prior verses, it's pretty much talking about the nuclear destruction, all right, that's going to take place, the nuclear attack that's going to take place upon America. So, the beginning of sorrows and great mourning. So, but before the nukes are hit, all right, this place is going to be systematically broken down, or systematically plagued, so to say. All right. It says the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear. So these are the beginning of sorrows. When people start seeing the prices of things go up due to the fact that America is engaged in trade war and putting all sorts of tariffs and pretty much economic warfare, right? And then that's when the prices of things go up. Because if you do your research, famines are caused due to not having access to the food. If you're at war with a country, all right, if there's a war going on, people are not going to be exporting goods, all right, from country to country. All that's going to stop. That shipment is going to stop. Therefore, it's going to bring forth a famine, man. All right. So it says the beginning of sorrows and great mournings. So I can highlight this real quick. So I'm reading. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings. The beginning of famine and great death. The beginning of wars. All right. The power shall stand in fear of the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? All right. And that's Ezra speaking, because Ezra's, if you read the verse prior up, all right, how bad things got when Ezra saw these visions. He said, woe is me who will deliver me in those days. All right. So the scriptures say, woe to you that desire the day of the Lord. What shall the end be for you? For the day of the Lord is darkness and not light. All right. So it's going to be a very dark and gloomy day, man. And that's twofold. Metaphorically speaking, it's just going to be dark, man. No hope in the streets. All right. The grinding is ceasing. No one walking around with a smile on their face. No one going out to the bars on Fridays and Saturdays on the weekend and stuff, because they're not going to have the money, all right, to afford those things. No more going out to eat, to fancy restaurants, all right? Because when you go to a restaurant, you order a steak, all right, especially like a decent restaurant, 4-star restaurant. You ain't paying less than $20 for a damn steak, man. All right, but when you can go to the grocery store and purchase a steak, you can find a good steak for at least around $10. Not $10 you can find, $10 to $12 you can find a nice steak. But when you go to the restaurant, you're paying them to prepare that steak for you, so you're paying $20+. All right, so you're not gonna have that money to go out and to these restaurants and have somebody prepare a steak for you, all right? Because it's just gonna be too much freaking money, man. So all that going out, fining and dining, all those extra things, when your gas bill for your car goes up to the magnitude of a damn phone bill, all right, where you paying $100 a week for gas or more. All right, all that is gonna bring forth that sorrow and great mournings. When you can't even buy bread and butter, your basic necessities, that's gonna bring in famine. All right. Verse 19, behold, famine and plague, tribulation, and anguish are sent as scourges for the men. But for all these they shall not turn from their wickedness, meaning they're not gonna repent. All right, they're not gonna seek the Lord. It says, nor always be mindful of the scourges. Behold, all right, and this is for you people that's right now, that's living, all right, that's completely oblivious to the matters that are at hand right now. It says, behold, victuals shall be so good, cheap upon earth. And right now, before these tariffs really settle in and take root, all right, victuals are cheap right now. But hey, in the near future, man, that's when the scripture really gonna take place, because you gonna go in there and prices gonna fucking skyrocket, man. All right, this talking about right before the prices of things jump up, people rioting in the streets and emptying the shelves. All right, this talking about these times now where you can go to the store and still buy chicken or whatever for a decent price, man. All right. So it says, behold, victuals shall be so good, cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. All right. So even then, all these things, evils are growing upon earth. You know, you got people getting sick, right? You got people killing each other, people rioting, all right? You got ICE, you know, cracking down on you so-called Latinos, man, you Israelites, all right? And great confusion is everything, man. All right, this place is ripe, right? The Lord is getting ready to, you know, bring this place down to his knees. So it says, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine. Why? Because you're not going to be able to get access to the food. That shipment is going to stop. Right, when the prices of diesel gas go up, right, the trucking companies are not going to be able to afford to transport the foods to the inner city. All right, and others that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So if you escape the hunger, if you're a doomsday prepper and you got food stored up, you know, you're just gonna get destroyed by the sword, by the people that don't have the food, whether it's by the people that don't have the food or the these UN troops, because they gonna be hungry too, man. And where you think they gonna eat from? They're gonna come right in your house, all right? And I forgot, you know, what time period it was. It's been since like grade school. I have to freshen my memory on it, re-educate myself on it. But where the soldiers could come in your house, and if you had food in there, come. All right. If you had food in there, you know, they can come in there and eat your freaking food, man. All right. So it says, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them. Okay. So, you know, there ain't gonna be people around here burying bodies. You know, when this famine and it just, you know, this purge begin to take place, man. All right. When it's just a lawless society, and you know, none of you people can call the police, you know, and you know, your own neighbor is gonna be trying to kill you and get what you got, man. Where everybody's gonna be a freaking target, man. All right. For all your hate. Hey, that's why I say in a purge, do you have anger? You want to let it out? Are you, you know? And they interviewed the people. You know, are you ready to purge? And people are fucking stressed out, man. Being taxed. All right, these taxes going up every time you look at your check and your payment statement. You see all these different 3%, whatever deductions, and you like, God damn, man. You know, I'm getting up every morning working my ass off, busting my ass, and going to work, and then you know you taking $200 out of my check, man. It's like you didn't work for that, man. I remember the boxer Floyd Mayweather. He said when he was you know, in the media about his taxes and not paying his taxes or whatnot. He's like, you know, with the IRS, you know, they gonna get mad. You know, they get mad. They're mad over money that, you know, that they didn't make. You know, so here it is. These people coming at you and coming down on you on your money that you work for. You know, they didn't work for that money, but look, man, they taking money out of your check, man. That's vexing, man. That's oppression, man. All right, of the people. And all that stuff is going to be able to, people are going to be able to channel that energy and release it, man. There's going to be a real life purge out here. And nobody to stop them. Every man for themselves. All right? And that's when, you know, you women going to be in a humble state in that day. Okay? It says, and the dead shall be cast out as dung. So you're not going to have funerals. Dead bodies just going to be laying out on the streets. Okay? It says, there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted and the city shall be cast down. All right, why the city's going to be cast down? You're going to have people burning this place down, man. Yahushua said, I come to send a fire, and what it be if yet not already kindled? You know, Molotov cocktail, people throwing them shits, people setting people's houses on fire, man. It's gonna be a nasty world out here real soon, man. It says, there shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. The trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? All right. Look at like movies like I Am Legend. You know, when you seeing trees trees and grass growing through the concrete sidewalk of New York City, because nobody there to till it. It says the grapes shall ripen, who shall tread them? For all the places shall be desolate of men. There's gonna be a bloodbath out here, man. All right, it says so that a man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. All right, because that's how bad things are going to get, man. You know, is the bloodshed and the slaughter is going to be so bad that, you know, you might go days if you still alive and still moving as a pilgrim. All right, one night you might be sleeping in an abandoned car. Next night you sleeping in somebody's abandoned mansion. You know, next night you sleeping in somebody's 1-bedroom apartment. You know, you just gonna be moving as a pilgrim, and then, you know, within them days you know you gonna be, you know, you gonna desire to hear a man's voice, because, you know, it's just when this shit first pop off, the bloodshed and the blood flow is just gonna flow, man. All right. It's going to be a non-stop flowing of blood being shed in the streets, you know, because everybody going to be out, chaotic, you know, trying to get food, looting, and just straight murdering people out there. The Lord going to put that spirit out there. People just going to be straight murdering people. Homicide, man. All right. So it says, for the city there shall be left 10. Shall be 10 left, and the 2 of the field which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and the clefts of the rocks. So people gonna be hiding themselves. As in an orchard of olives, upon every tree there are left 3 or 4 olives. Or as when a vineyard is gathered, and there are left some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard. Alright, so still gonna be some people in between. Alright, when somebody going when you go pick a vineyard, all right, you grab everything right there that you can see. All right, you grab it all. But then somebody come after you, they like, man, somebody already done been here. But if they diligently seek through that vineyard, they'll find a little cluster that they missed out on. So that's how it's going to be compared to men out here. All right, if you really search, you're going to be able to find some men or some people, if you search diligently in some abandoned warehouse or wherever they're hiding at, you're going to be able to find people, where it's going to be very hard, man. All right, so that's a beautiful parable that the Heavenly Father used right there. It says, or as a vineyard is gathered, there are left some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard. Even some of those days there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword. And the earth shall be laid waste, and fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man travelleth there through. Okay. It says the virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms, and the women shall mourn, having no husbands, and their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. All right, so that's why the Lord say, I shall make a man more precious than fine gold, because there's going to be a scarcity of men. But all these women are going to be left, all right, due to the fact that, you know, there's going to be a third world war. All right, and these men, majority of these men are going to get drafted to fight this war. All right. And the wars there shall there, all right, this verse backed it up. All right. And the war shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. Hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. So you brothers is watching these videos, all right, understand these things. Behold, the word of the Lord, receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. So believe these words, man. All right, because these gods, these other gods, all right, they're not prophesying. They're telling you the things to come, man. All right. It says, behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth pains compass her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not at a moment. All right, and I don't know if you ever witnessed a woman in labor getting ready to deliver a baby, but you know, when those pains come, all right, they don't slack. You know, I remember being in a hospital, you know, getting ready to watch a baby be delivered. Then you have other rooms where all you hear is women screaming, man. You know, all you hear is women screaming the whole time. want to stop screaming because she had her baby, then the next one, you hear a woman screaming in the next room next to her. All right, so women just constantly screaming. Why? Because that baby is there, and them pains did not slack a moment, man. Even shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth. That's why I titled this lesson. It's only going to get worse. All right, and that's what's happening, man. The birth pains the contractions are coming closer and closer together, and that woman is getting ready to scream, and there's going to be nothing to stop. All right, nothing to stop it. It says, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn. All right, it's the scripture said, and the world shall mourn. So no matter where you go, you think you're going to flee the inner parts of the city and go to the fields. All right, you're going to mourn out there too, man. The Lord's going to try the world. And the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. So it's not where you're going to be able to escape. On every side, man. You're not going to be able to escape the judgment of the Lord. Everyone's going to be tried. Okay? O my people, hear my word, make ye ready to thy battle, and in those evils be as pilgrims upon the earth. Okay, so that's the point. O my people, hear my word, make ye ready for the battle. So you got to prepare your minds, man. Preparing yourself spiritually, praying, soaking up his word, getting as much comfort and wisdom as you can. Because the Lord said, make you ready for the battle. So this gonna be a spiritual war. Spiritual battle, man. Right? And if you ain't got the spirit of Yahweh Shai with you, you gonna fail in that day. No matter how strong and mighty you are. Scripture say, cursed be the man that put his trust in, in the flesh, or arm, so to say, man. That trusting in your own strength. Only person you're going to be a trusted in that day is Yahweh Shai, because in that day it's not going to be physical, right? Strong as physical. It's going to be the mental stability, being strong mentally, being able to have faith and continue, all right, and keep a sound mind, because a sound mind is going to be so much better than, big arms and muscle and a pistol in that day. A sound mind, all right. So with that, man, Lord willing edify, and we'll give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shai. Devil honor to the apostles, a great millstone, and blessings all you sincere labors of the pushing his truth, and all sincerity and faith and honesty.